Welcome to the session on the topic of the e-governance. Myself, Dr. Vivek Kumar, District Training Officer at the District Prayagraj. So, in this presentation, we will discuss on the various aspects of the e-governance. First of all, we will go through the evaluation of the e-governance. Then, after, we will have a brief discussion about the what is the e-governance. Then, we will have a discussion about the different phases of the e-governance. After that, we will have a detailed analysis about the e-governance framework. And apart from that, we will discuss about the implementation of the e-governance and distinction from the e-governance. We will also have a discussion about the different challenges related with the e-governance and their conclusions. Let's start. First of all, we will have a detailed talk about the evaluation of the e-governance. The genesis of the computerization in governance efforts in the Indian context can be traced to the early 1960s. It was in the 1990s, however, that the e-government discourse emerged in parallel with the liberalization of the country's economy. In its current form, as technology-mediated administrative process restructuring to promote good governance. The concept of e-governance has its origins in India during the 70s with a focus on development of in-house government applications in the areas of defense, economic monitoring, planning, and the deployment of the information technology to manage data-intensive functions related to elections, census, and tax administration. Come to the point about the what is the e-governance. It is a transformation of government to provide efficient, convenient, and transparent services to the citizens and businesses through the information and communication technologies. If you have a detailed look about the various connections of the e-governance with the people, with the resources, with the technology, and the processes, then we can discuss about that. The e-governance is subjected to different kind of the stakeholders, which are the our common citizens. That means the common people of this country. For the e-governance, it is required that different resource materials must be present for the efficient e-governance. And without any efficient technology, we cannot achieve the concept of the e-governance, and with a efficient and technology enhanced process, we can go for the e-governance. What are the phases of the e-governance? There are four phases of the e-governance. First, government to citizen. An interface is created between the government and citizens, which enables the citizens to benefit from efficient delivery of a large range of public. The primary purpose is to make government citizen friendly. The second phase is the government to employees. Government is by far the biggest employer, and like any organization, it has to interact with its employees on a regular basis. Third phase is the government to business. To aid the business community, providers of goods and services to seamlessly interact with the government. The government to business initiatives can be transactional, such as in licensing, permits, procurement, and revenue collection. They can also be promotional and facilitative, such as in trade, tourism, and investment. These measures help to provide a congenial environment to businesses to enable them to perform more efficiently. The fourth phase of the e-governance is the government to government. In this case, information and communication technologies is used not only to restructure the governmental processes involved in the functioning of government entities, but also to increase the flow of information and services within and between different entities. The primary objective is to increase efficiency, performance, and output. So these are the four phases of the e-governance. This picture elaborates about the framework of the e-governance, and it has been taken from the University of the Freiburg, established in the Switzerland. So this framework tells about the different level of the framework of the e-governance. At the first level, there is most necessary thing is the information and communication. That has been labeled as e-assistance. In the second level, the e-governance framework talks about the production, that is e-procurement, e-services, e-contracting, e-settlement, and in the third level, it is about the participation, that means e-collaboration, e-democracy, and e-community. Now, let's have a look about the National E-Governance Plan. So, project, what is this all about? It comprises of 31 MMPs, that means mission mode projects, and 10 components, and spearheaded physical architecture, that is about the data centers, and National Optical Fiber Network BharatNet, which is about the 2 Mbps network connectivity to each panchayat, kiosk at the front end, kiosks to have a PC, that means the personal computer, along with basic support equipment like the printer and different or the government to the citizen. So let's have a look about the government to citizen. That means services to be offered: land records, vehicles, issue of certificates, employment exchange, ration cards, issue of payment of mission mode projects. Are there MCA 21. It is in its post-implementation stage and is providing electronic services to the companies for their related activities such as allocation and change of name, incorporation, online payment of registration charges, change in address of registered office, viewing of the public records, and other related services. It also makes public the data. For the pension, a website provides updated information on government pension rules and regulations, help facilitating registration of grievances, enables monitoring timely sanction of pension, maintains a database of pensioners. Income tax service includes facility for downloading of various forms, online submission of applications for the PAN card, tracking the applications, e-filing of the income tax returns, TDS returns, the taxes, issues of funds, etc. Passport visa immigration. The e-services being offered under this MMP under this one include reissue of the passport, issue of duplicate passport, issue of Tatkal passport, change in name, address, ECNR or EC status inquiry, etc. The important e-services being offered include e-filing of import and export documentation, electronic processing of the declarations, for e-filing of central excise and service tax returns, e-registration services, digital signatures, and e-payment of the custom duties. It includes electronic central registry and One India, One account for public sector banks. Know about that? We have all citizens have the Aadhaar card. E-offices, the functioning of government offices would be computerized. Insurance, the MMP is an industry initiative by public sector insurance companies. Aims at facilitating customer services, automating grievance redressal mechanism, and creating a database. This is project. Now, come to the integrated mission mode projects, integrated MMPs. First one is the e-courts. The first phase includes building computer infrastructure in the lower courts and upgrading it at high courts and the Supreme Court. The second phase of the MMP includes providing services like availability of judgments, e-filing of cases, video conferencing of the out-of-session witnesses, issue of notices to client through email. Second one is the electronic data interchange or e-trade. Electronic data interchange amongst various agencies involved in the process of imports and exports. It offers services like and clearance of EXIM documents and e-payment of duties. It provides a single window access to information at all level in a multilingual form. E-procurement. This MMP Commerce aims at rolling out IT-enabled procurement by government departments. Road transport. This MMP proposes to offer many e-services like vehicle registration, driving licenses, and smart card-based registration certificate to citizens. Agriculture. The MMP aims at providing information regarding farm practices, market trends, agricultural and technical know-how. It has two components, that is AgriNet and EggMarkNet. Aims at creating an information network which will capture, update information at various mandis. AgriNet aims at back-end computerization of state agriculture departments. E-District. This MMP aims delivery of high volume citizen-centric services through the kiosk. This would primarily be services not covered by other specific MMPs. A minimum of 7 services will be delivered in every state. So this is all about the integrated MMPs. Now come to the distinction from the e-government. That means we'll have a look about the difference between the e-government and e-governance. So when we talk about the government, it is always about the superstructure. But when it comes to the e-governance, it is about the functionality. In the government system, we always talk about the decisions, but in the e-governance system, we talk about the processes. In the government system, it is about the rules, whereas in the governance system, it is about the goals. In the government system, we talk about the roles, but in the governance system, it is about the performance. In the first, we talk about the implementation, but in the governance part, we talk about the coordination. Here in the government part, it is about the output, but in the governance, we talk about the outcomes. When it comes to the e-government and e-governance, so e-government is about the electronic service delivery. It is the electronic consultation. Here there is electronic workflow, but in the e-governance, it is the electronic controllership. In the e-government, it is about the electronic voting, but in the e-governance, it is about the electronic engagement. In the e-government part, it tells about the electronic productivity, but in the e-governance, we talk about the network societal guidance. What are the challenges in the e-governance? Let's have a look. So we are categorizing the challenges in 3 parts. First is the technical challenges, second is one of the organizational challenges, and third one is about the economical challenges. If you talk about the technical challenges, so it is about the interoperability, privacy, security, multi-service interactions. But in the organizational challenges, it is all about the lack of integrated services, lack of key persons, populations, and different languages. When it comes to the economical challenges, it is always about the cost, maintainability, reusability, and portability. So these all are the 3 types of the challenges we used to face in the e-governance system. So thank you. This is all about the e-governance.